What is up, my friends? I wanted to take a few minutes and just show you some guitar layering stuff. It happens differently every time, so I'm not going to say this is how you should do it. This is how I did it on this song. My friend Todd Cameron sent me this one called When We... What? We Were Living. Not When We Were Living. We Were Living. Todd Cameron. A rising country star. Anyway, so when I got this piece of music, this track from the guy producing it, co-writer of his, Justin, it's a bare bones track. It's got some drums, got some acoustic, got a vocal on it, got one electric part for sure. Here's from midway through the verse. This is what I got to begin with.
Just shooting star wishing, too young to listen, though we were headed nowhere fast. Yeah, and we didn't know better what time was gonna weather, that the good times just don't last, can't get them all back. Like those Friday night lights, bonfires backwoods, revving up the horses under that hood of your daddy's old hand-me-down Ford when we're cruising right.
So a lot of times when I hear a song that is in need of guitars, I'll hear a melody sometimes first, and I'll end up hitting that hook lick as the first thing. Sometimes I don't know what to do, and I go to the old standby big diamond chords. This time when this chorus hit,
like those Friday night lights, bonfires backwoods, revving up the horses under that hood.
I just heard a little just droney around the one, doo, 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 and I ended up playing this. Now, when you're building guitar parts in any instrument, really, you have to be cognizant of the shift in the vibe and sections. And so coming up in this chorus, excuse me, some people may think this is still a chorus, but to me, it makes an obvious shift to what's more of a post-chorus here. Still the chorus, but the phrasing of the vocal changes. So I thought I'll get off that thing I'm doing. I'll stay on the same notes, but chop it up a little bit. So here's from about halfway through. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for me, after I did that, it was so exhausting. I kid. I just went for the normal, let's put on the big guy, the big, or girl, the big rocker, some diamonds. I used the same amp, I think, on this. I'm a little guilty of that on this one, but I used different guitars, different levels of gain, different levels of delay. That first one was Les Paul. I started on a Kemper. And then when I went to the second pass, I used my Morgan SW50 and realized I wanted to make a change on that part a little bit. So I went back and I adjusted it just a tiny bit, and I ended up playing that with the Morgan as well. So next guy I did was this. I call guitar parts guys, sorry. Guitars are girls, parts are guys. That's weird. Anyway.
Those Friday nights, bonfires backwoods, revving up the horses.
Country rock tuning by yours truly. Here's those two parts together. When it got to that back part where it changed, I stayed the course on the power guy. Here's what they both sound like with that chorus coming in here.
Can't get them all back. Like those
Okay, so next individual track I was hearing something with a delay, as I do often. It's this kind of thing. And if you notice, I kind of grabbed that move that the first guitar is doing. Which I thought made a really cool jangle when that's in with the power guitar. So that third guitar at the post section of the chorus joined the first one. So they both are going to that more staccato, funky thing. Now, to be honest, I can't remember which way this happened, but that 3 4 3 2 1, yeah, 3 4 3. I kind of heard that as an intro lick, so I did the same thing with it. More of, I think it was the middle position on the Les Paul, so both pickups, and played it a little differently, and that sounds like this on the intro. 1 2 3.
We were tailgate dreaming. Last game of the season was a damn short senior year. I wouldn't let high school up.
Sorry, on the verse, not the intro. It's just a vibey thing that I ended up playing through there.
Truck in gear. Get the hell on out of here. Just shooting star wishing. Too young to listen. No, we were headed nowhere fast. Yeah, we didn't.
So when you find something that's a hook, don't be afraid to use it a little bit within a song. So next thing to tackle for me was I'm going to do the solo. So that ended up sounding like this. This is with just the power guitar in and the track. Now, at the end of the bridge on that third guitar, the Les Paul, I did this thing. Here's the bridge. When I did the solo, I was like, man, I need to catch that. We do that a lot when you're stacking in the studio. You hear something in the background that deserves to be jacked up a little bit. So I ended up catching that with the solo, as you can hear here. Was solo track within the bridge.
Revving up the horses under that hood of your daddy's old hand-me-down Ford, just cruising around.
Okay, so I was done with the solo, but when I hit that last note,
cruising around.
I thought that needed a note below it, which caused me to open up another track. And I did that note an octave lower. Just a little texture. So I continued to listen after I did that line, and I got to the end and realized this was how it sounded. Thought, why not support that lick there with the last track I did? So I ended up adding single notes to that na 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 to that little hook thing. And then this seems to always happen when we're building in the studio. You do that on the end of a song and you say, oh, wait a minute, let's go see if we should do that on the intro and the turnaround. So it worked great there. That's another cool thing to do there. Sorry, if you notice, this electric guitar, hold on, let me mute these guys here. My power guy. You'll never lose with solid eighth notes on a verse 2. Just the way it is in country. Let's see. And also that in the turnaround, I kind of just caught the kick. Follow that drummer. So anyway, that last guitar I did, putting the lick at the front, it ended up being really cool to me that I couldn't play this lick right up at the intro. You were tailgate dreaming, last game of the season was, because my track starts right at the beginning. I didn't put in any space for any pre-intro stuff or count or anything, so I couldn't play that track on the downbeat. I had no choice but to lay it in the second place it would happen, which ended up being a blessing in disguise, because I think it's really cool that this starts out with the tracking acoustic and then that lick I did to support that, and then they join together. We were tailgate dreaming, last game of the season was a damn short senior year. I wouldn't let high school love get a small town stuck, couldn't wait to put the truck in gear, get the hell on out of here. Just shooting star wishing, too young to listen, though we were headed nowhere fast. And we didn't know better what time was gonna weather, the good times just don't last, can't get them all back. Like those firelights, bonfires, backwoods, waking up the horses Sunday night, but every daddy's on the downpour, cruising around that little town. Turn track, this is me, crush crazy. There is no bass on this track, so if you're noticing a lack of bottom end, that's why. So, you know, sorry, I cut myself off. That's it. That's how it happened on this one. Here's what those guitars sound like by themselves in that chorus. Anyway, hope that helps you, and hope you get something from it. Thanks, Todd, for letting me use your song. That's Todd Cameron. I assume you will hear that song, We Were Living, on his Spotify and iTunes and Amazon profiles and all those places at some point. Thanks for letting me use it, Toddy, and y'all have a good day. All right, see you.